channel. So guys, today, typically, oh my gosh, I just can never get used to this. Mondo, Mondo. Why? Why, Mondo? Why? Always at the beginning of the month right now. I don't understand the strategy here. But Mondo just announced something which, and I say this a lot, but this one really is true. Mondo has just literally blown my mind with this one. My all-time favorite, the one, the only, Many Faces, has been announced for pre-order tomorrow. What is going on, Mondo? Oh my gosh. Oh no. Now it is a timed edition, so I'm not that concerned, but I'm concerned. So let's take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was announced on Mondo's Facebook page and all their social medias. Because this one really is one I absolutely need in my collection. Let's have a look, guys. Sometimes it's the ones you love the most that can really hurt you the most. Mondo continues to do these crazy release schedules, and I'm not exactly sure who's in charge of them, and I don't want to be pointing any fingers, but come on, guys, come on, help me out. Help a brother out here. Help a sister out here. Help us out here. Collectors need some help. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, earlier today, Mondo dropped a literal bombshell on Master Universe fans, announcing, quite arguably, at least for me, the greatest Master Universe figure ever. Scrolling down from the top of their Facebook page, Mondo has just announced their 1/6 scale Many Faces. OMG, everybody. This is ridiculous. I have to take a deep dive into this and see exactly what was posted by Mondo today, because this is crazy, and it only gets crazier because 6 hours ago they announced this. 6 hours ago, and now we're finding out that this is going to be available Tuesday, July 1st at 11 a.m. Central Time. That's tomorrow, guys. That's tomorrow. Oh my gosh. It is a timed edition, but even then, there are a couple of things that I'm a little critical about, and we're going to talk about that right now. Oh my gosh. Let's get ready for this, guys. Here we go. Heading over to mondoshop.com and doing a quick search for Master Universe action figures, we will eventually come to find that Many Faces 1/6 scale figure timed edition is posted on the site and will be up for sale very, very soon. Now, there are a couple things. First of all, the $260 price tag, pretty much in line with what they have done in the past for their action figures. Not really out of line. But it does say here that it ships to selected countries and will be subject to a tariff surcharge for U.S. customers. Oh, man. This is getting so painful. I'll be perfectly honest with you. This is absolutely crazy. Going on to read the description, drawing inspiration from the entire history of the Master Universe, our definitive Many Faces 1/6 scale figure features over 130 sculpted components, including swappable hands, heads, and weapons. All three of Manny's portraits include 4 unique faces, 12 faces total, with sources ranging from the classic mini-comics to original Mark Taylor concepts never before seen in figure form. But that's not all. Available for only 7 days, this deluxe Many Faces timed edition reveals the character's human origin with an exclusive Perk Kaido portrait, plus the Widget Lookout Squitch. Oh my gosh. This is just absolutely epic in terms of its overall scale, history of the character, and the fact that he has his own portrait as his original form of Percado. This is crazy, everybody. Huge shout out to everyone who was involved in this. Artist Daryl Ramundo, Emiliano Santulicia, Florian Bertmer, Mark Bristow, and of course, Tommy Hodges. All right, guys, let's take a deeper dive at Many Faces. There he is, everybody. Many Faces, and he looks absolutely stunning. Huge shout out to Raul Barrero and his team for the amazing photography. As always, this is just insane. He is here in the domain of the Snake Men, now, of course, Skeletor's domain of Snake Mountain, and he looks stunning. Originally, Many Faces was slated to be a villain in the original Master Universe mythos, but he eventually became one of the heroes of Eternia And honestly, look at the incredible sculpt work, the colors. Everything about this character is just epic, and Mondo has just outdone themselves as they usually do. Again, I love Mondo's work. I love everybody who's working on the projects. All the teams are just absolutely killing it. It's their schedules I just have a real big problem with. But look at the detail. Look at the sculpting. Look at the colors. Everything pop, 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 pop. This is incredible, everybody. I am over the moon. His signature blaster, which is truly unique to Man-E-Faces, especially his armor, which, as far as I can remember, as far as I can tell, this armor is totally unique to Man-E-Faces. I don't think any other character in the Master Universe shares every single part proper as they would with Man-E-Faces, and this is absolutely stunning. Here is Man-E-Faces fighting alongside He-Man against the forces of Skeletor, Faker, and Trapjaw. And check out that blast effect from the laser cannon. That looks like a practical effect. Did they use like a laser pointer? Oh my god, that is absolutely stunning. Huge shout out once again to Raul Barrero and his team. This is just gorgeous. Here we have just a wonderful jovial moment which has been seen in Mythomation and multiple episodes from different series, including 2000X, where Prince Adam is just yucking it up, laughing at Orko's absolute terrified face being chased back by Man-E-Faces. What I really appreciate about this is that you can have a little bit of levity. You can have a little bit of really great times with these characters, as they really are based upon wonderful love characters from the Master Universe, and their goofy nature is just apparent everywhere. I love it. Man-E-Faces, of course, has multiple faces, including a robotic form. Now, it's interesting to think that when he transforms, if you will, into his robotic form, he actually has robotic tendencies. That's something I've always felt was a part of Man-E-Faces, that once he turns into that ego, that persona, he does take on those properties, which is awesome. And that wonderful effect of the laser pointer, at least that's what I think it is, it looks amazing. Chasing down Trapjaw using the Sky Sled. This is freaking awesome, guys. Here we have a great moment where Skeletor literally ends up looking at himself. He's having a literal Mumra moment. Absolutely terrified as his own face. I really love this. And of course, it's almost as if Man-E-Faces is taking revenge on Skeletor, as the original character was depicted as an actor who was cursed by Skeletor through jealousy. Absolutely stunning. And this really does bring the character back full circle, as he's able to take revenge upon the one who cursed him. This really threw me for a loop. I mean, the Widgets, holy crap. Some of the most beloved characters in Master Universe, and now we're finally getting them realized in action figure form, at least in so much as a statue type of idea. I'm not sure if Squitch here can actually move his arms or his legs. It really doesn't look like that, but maybe his head can tilt a little bit. I'm pretty sure they've added a tiny bit of articulation, much as they do with their soft vinyl figures. I love Squitch's expression here, exactly like he looked in Filmation, almost as if he jumped out of the cartoon screen. His little javelin, the tiny little dagger he holds, and his wonderful hat, of course, the protectors of the Cordite, which add additional power to He-Man's strength. Here, it once again is Man-E-Faces donning a face I just do not recognize at all. Is this perhaps one of those portraits that they were talking about with Mark Taylor? I am really interested in this overall face. He looks almost Snake Man-ish. There's something definitely mysterious about this. I almost feel like I've seen this somewhere. As a matter of fact, a similar face appeared in the Master Universe Masterverse collection. Not exactly the same, but it does have a similarity to the character. I'm not sure exactly of the history of this face, but I gotta tell you, other than the different colors that we see here, it appears to me at least that there's some sort of similarity here. If someone knows a little bit more about the history of the character and the history of this face, please leave those comments in the comment section below. We should also take a little bit of time to see the additional details that are on the top of the, I don't know what you call it, a helmet, the atmospheric device that allows him to survive and actually make these transformations. It never really was fully explained what this apparatus is, or the fact that in some instances, Man-E-Faces can actually appear to remove the entire garb entirely as an actor. Quite fascinating. I wonder if it has a hologram projector as well. Another reason to love Man-E-Faces and the mystery behind him. This is another fascinating mini-comic inspired version of Man-E-Faces, as this is what the robotic face looked like in the mini-comic version. Almost skeletal in its overall nature, although you do see the little mandibles here, which definitely make it look much more robotic. I do love the fact that Mondo is diving deeper into the history of Master Universe, and it really does show with Man-E-Faces. This, of course, is what I would consider the crown jewel of this version of Man-E-Faces. Never before have we actually seen the fully revealed face of Perkato properly, and there he is, donning kind of a, I would say, typical Eternian look. I mean, he's got yellow hair, very much like Prince Adam. As a matter of fact, if I didn't know better, I might say that this is Prince Adam's brother in disguise. I mean, there is that kind of similarity. Donning on this unique Zorro-like mask, but still having a presence all of his own. I love it. Huge shout out to all the artists who are currently working on this project. You guys are literally killing it. I just wish it was more than 7 days. But we can't always get what we want, right? Here we can see just how tall Man-E-Faces stands above all of the Eternian heroes. He is absolutely gigantic in that sense, towering head and shoulders above everyone, including He-Man himself. He is an absolute beast. But as we know in the series, he can literally don different sizes and costumes whenever he decides to make himself into a character. Again, it's an interesting magical effect. I'm not really sure how it actually works, but that's what you get when you mix technology and magic in the exact same place. And then we, of course, have this wonderful conversation with Man-at-Arms and Man-E-Faces. I remember as a kid, I think I actually called him Roboto. I should have copyrighted it all the way back then. But now we see that a robotic version of Man-E-Faces is debating with one of the smartest humanoids on Eternia, the great Man-at-Arms himself. I wonder who will win in this battle of wits. Man-E-Faces really does embody some of the greatest things I love about Master Universe. The crazy colors, the imagination, the idea that someone can have multiple faces inside of a shell. And of course, that wonderful ray gun. He really is looking like a sort of astronaut ready to go into space. And it's my feeling that the spacesuit that's actually in Castle Grayskull helped to inspire Man-E-Faces here. Or perhaps even vice versa, as they do definitely share some sort of pedigree between the two of them. I really am fascinated by this extra face that they have included with this character. Again, it could be a Mark Taylor design, I don't know, but he definitely is hauntingly mysterious, and really gives a lot of hints towards other superheroes in the genre. I, of course, am in love with Man-E-Face's design, as he is still, to this day, one of my absolute all-time favorite Masters of the Universe figures. No, let's just admit it, he is my absolute all-time favorite Masters of the Universe figure. He-Man comes a close second, but nothing will compare to Man-E-Faces for me, as I had the original multi-weapon version, and I lost each and every weapon systematically as a kid, misplacing them somewhere in the house, never to be found again. Man-E-Faces is definitely one to remember, and you definitely do not want to sleep on this character. He, along with Squitch, looks absolutely stunning, and the extra bonuses that Mondo continues to add for these characters is just a cut above the rest, really incorporating all the wonderful talents of everybody who worked on this project. I love the smiling portraits, I love the mysterious portraits. He's even got a crying face for the monster, really embodying the Filmation edition of this character, where it gave almost a pitiful idea of what was going through the emotional state of Man-E-Faces at the time. But the detail cannot be denied with this character. Of course, my only hang-up on this is definitely the fact that we have only 7 days to try and order this character, as I really don't think that that's enough for many of the fans who are in love with this character. Once again, that I have to highlight that it's the beginning of the month, a very difficult time for people who are just paying for their rent, getting all of their other bills in order, and really giving very little time, very little heads up about this overall scheduling for the release of the character, as well as the fact that we're hot on the heels of San Diego Comic-Con, leaving many of us who are trying to plan this trip scratching our heads as to why we only have 7 days to try and pick up this character. I'm not pitting the blame on any one person at the Mondo team, but I am just being a little bit critical about their overall schedule and release, as I have always been in the past, really noting that I would just like a little bit more time to be able to get this character, as he is absolutely one of my all-time favorites. And of course, this is definitely one of those issues where we're all feeling it, all feeling the pressure that money is tight these days, but we really do need these special little items of relief to get us through the harshest of times. And for me, Man-E-Faces is definitely one of those figures I absolutely need into my collection, and I'm going to have to figure it out somehow. The weapons that are included with Man-E-Faces are just absolutely insane, really harkening back to the original multiple weapon version of Man-E-Faces, having so many different accessories. The two-handed blaster with its recognizable details that were in the original gun. Most recognizable piece, the blaster, not often shared with any other figure, And it really does look amazing here, given the Mondo treatment with the silver handle, the weathering on the entire piece itself, really giving the character that it deserves for a piece like this. And then, of course, there is the mace, which is, again, another signature piece to Many Faces. It was eventually brought over to Castle Grayskull as well as other characters in the line, but it was Many Faces, who I will always remember carrying this mace, and I love what Mondo's done with it, giving it true respect that it deserves. Squitch is a wonderful addition to the figure as an added little bonus for this timed edition, as of course he is an absolute fan favorite from the Filmation series. All of the additional portraits are absolutely stunning. I love the smiling portraits as well as the more ironic portraits. They look so good. And the traditional faces for the robot, the monster, and of course Many Faces cannot be denied. Adding Skeletor is just a chef's kiss to this. And then, of course, we have the bonus faces, which are just signature to the character in so many different ways. The comic book version of the robot, an additional robotic face, which has been seen in other media. And, of course, the pitiful-looking monster face. Oh, my gosh, so good. And then, of course, rounding it off with just some new additions. A very stoic version of Many Faces, this new mysterious face, which I do believe is a Mark Taylor exclusive at some point, and some more stoic versions of the robot, and of course, the monster. Stunning. Many Faces comes with everything that you see here. He comes with 3 different portraits with multiple expressions. He comes with his signature blaster, the dual-wielding long rifle, his signature mace, multiple swappable hands, fists, slightly gripping hands, trigger fingers, splayed hands, and slightly loose gripping hands. And of course, the never-before-seen portrait of Parkato, his original face and namesake. And we can't forget the Widget Squitch, standing guard over the Cordite of Eternia. Many Faces truly is my absolute favorite all-time Master of the Universe figure, as I cannot and I will not miss out on getting Many Faces for my collection. He stands a whopping 13 inches tall, which is one of the bigger characters in the line, and he truly deserves it. At $260, he definitely is one of the more pricier versions of the Master of the Universe collection, but I think he's well worth it. But there is that additional tariff surcharge along with the shipping costs, so be aware of that when ordering Master of the Universe Many Faces 1/6 scale timed edition starting tomorrow, July 1st, Canada Day for many of us, and it will be one heck of a day for Master Universe. As along with Many Faces, Mattel Creations will also be having pre-orders opening up for The Dwelling of Doom, The Fright Zone, and only 17 hours and 4 minutes to go. Mark your calendars down, everybody. This is a timed edition, so you have 7 days to try and figure it out. Many Faces is coming to the Master Universe Mondo 1/6 scale editions. And you don't want to miss out on this epic, and I do say, greatest of all Masters of the Universe characters. At least, in my opinion. Oh, Mondo, come on, guys. Work with me here, please. Seriously, though. It's an incredible figure. It absolutely is. I am absolutely in love with this figure. The timing, though. The timing is just, oh my god. The beginning of the month is difficult for everybody, and I get it. Scheduling is tough. You know, how these things get planned out. It is always difficult because you don't want to impact other, creators. You don't want to do anything that other manufacturers are going to get involved with. So I totally understand. It's just that maybe a bit more heads up that would actually be able to allow us for, scheduling for our own, money situations. I mean, it's not, let's be honest. It's not a $25 figure. It's not a $45 figure. It's not a $100 figure. It's a $260 figure, Mondo. And one that I absolutely need in my collection. Now, I'm not just going to talk about myself. Obviously, everyone's situation is different, but I do implore you, Mondo, please, consider giving us a few more, a week, a month. Consider giving that. Just that. Let me know in the comment section below, guys. What are your thoughts about Many Faces being announced for July 1st, Canada Day of all things? But also, we have a lot of other Master Universe products that are going to be released on the same day, including the Fright Zone. Luckily, it is a 7-day timed edition, so there is a little bit of time, and I do mean a little bit of time. It's not the 30 days, which some of us have become accustomed to, but it is a little bit of a distance that we can use to try and plan and move around money as we need to. Or is this really kind of catching you off guard like it did me and many other collectors? And you're going to have to either figure out how to move the money around or just give this one up entirely. Let me know those comments in the comment section below, guys. Toy news continues in 2025, everybody. As a matter of fact, Titan Toys has just announced that they will be releasing Mask starting at midnight tonight. And I'm going to be doing a live stream. And I hope you guys will join me, as this is going to be a lot of fun. And Mask is coming back in 2025, celebrating their 40th anniversary. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. And if you did, please do leave a like. It really does help me out. Hope you're all doing well, staying safe. And as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Manny Faces, Mondo. Somebody help me. Good journey, everybody. Geek proud.